Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Blue here with Black and Black Times Infinity. Over during San Diego Comic-Con, Prodigy and I had a chance to do a roundtable interview with the cast of Voltron. This upcoming roundtable interview is the interview with Josh Hamilton, who is the story editor, as well as Rhys Darby, who plays the voice of Coran on the show. This was a really fun interview, and I really had a good time asking these guys questions. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the interview.
And so he, he's a character that influences everybody in all sorts of different ways. And so, as cool as it would have been and dramatic as it would have been for him to die at the end of the first season, it's pretty awesome that he gets to live. And I think maybe even better.
So do you know how Coran identifies?
He's so alienistic, it's very difficult to put your finger on it. Is that a word, alienistic?
It is now.
I came up with one! I mean, even that word alone is alien. I would imagine he's so gorgeous that he probably would make love to anyone.
Right on.
Yeah.
Was it always the plan to have Lotor betray Laura and the Paladins, or did you want to kind of play against type, kind of?
Okay. Was that always? Yeah, that was the plan. And really, the idea was, so we get these bad guys, right? And what do we want to do with them? Well, they want to stop our good guys from whatever, but really they're exposing a weakness within our good guys, right? So that's what Lotor does with Laura. And he represents a person from her home world. And basically a future, her past was destroyed, her planet was destroyed, but this is maybe a future, and so it's this lure, this temptation. And maybe she gets drawn in a little too quickly. And so it's really just about exploring, Lotor is used to shine a light on Laura. I don't know if that answered your question.
No, it did, thank you.
So question for Rhys. About your acting as Coran. So it can be because you're a very funny character, but also can be very serious. Do you ever worry that sometimes the comedy can be so broad that it'll take credibility away from the character? And how do you sort of maintain that balance?
Well, that makes this character so interesting because, yes, he is comic relief in a big way, but when you get these characters that are comic relief and they're usually idiotic or silly, then they don't have any knowledge in their heads and they don't really save the day. But this one character, Coran, I think his creation is unique because he's both. So he has knowledge, he saves the day multiple times. And also he can be the comic relief. So you never really get that in a character. And I think that's so exciting to play. And on top of that, he's sexy as hell. So where do you go wrong? I think he is unique. And the other characters are funny too, so he's not the only funny character. They all have funniness in them, and I think that's important because when we live life, no matter whether we're here on Earth or in space, we have senses of humor, and we use those all the time. And you don't often see those in a lot of sci-fis. They take themselves too seriously, and you often go, I would have had more of a laugh when I was in that situation.
Yeah. And when you're scared, you're going to joke about something, and it cuts the tension. Yeah, cutting the tension in situations. And Voltron does that really well, so I think the humour's great. And also the other excuse for his weirdness is that, he's not human. And you see that straight away in the first scene when he appears and he does those things. What is happening with this guy? Yeah,
So
totally.
what builds up your energy, warms you up for so much manic comedic acting for Coran?
I think he's highly strung, and when he's in battle situations, he can easily start to lose it. But we also see him really take control. When he connects perfectly with his knowledge, then problems are solved. And when he doesn't quite connect with his own knowledge and he panics, then he makes those weird noises and falls over or gets the slipperies or panics and those are the funniest parts for me to play because quite often with those I'll see the animation first and have to do the voice work afterwards. And it's such anime that I don't know, it's kind of perfect for me to make those weird noises. Things like the Yelmore call, that's kind of I made up some of that stuff. So I get to do anything that anything quite alien, especially monster created and stuff like that. I can make it up.
Follow up on that. How did you get to voicing Coran? is it a voice that you were making up, or is that something you were given direction on?
I was given no direction.
We wanted Rhys Darby's voice.
Gotcha.
People find it hard to direct me. No, they don't. Yeah, I was surprised I got this role, and I was like, am I worthy of being part of this situation? Because I'd seen the original, and it was very different, the Coran character. But as time went on, I realized that it was important for this character to be more interesting, and not just, the boring guy that puts the coat on Allura and just sort of look after yourself, So I think it gave life, especially for kids, because I have 2 boys of my own, and they come up, they're 12 and 8, and they're so proud of the idea that their dad is this, weird space wizard.
How did they feel about voicing the 2 child versions?
So my sons also did the voices of Coran when they went through a wormhole, and Coran got younger and younger. That was episode 1 of season 2, I think. That's cool. And so I got my kids in, and they've got a similar accent, so they absolutely adored that idea, and did their best work, and then got to see themselves on the thing, and it was a proud Darby family moment.
We'd listen to the records or go to the records, and as the writers, we just started writing way more Coran in the scripts to the point where it's like, are these all just Coran, and we have to cut Coran out because Rhys Darby did such a great job, and I would have the entire thing. You would be the main character.
Oh, thank you.
Spin-off.
Where, without obviously revealing or confirming anything too much for the next seasons, where did you want to take the character, and where did you want to see him go?
Coran and coming back to Earth?
No, in terms of just because he's become a little bit more tangible, a little bit more about him, he's evolved a bit.
I would love to see more of his backstory because it's so interesting. I mean, he's apparently about 600 years old, unless I've got that wrong, but he's gone through so much, and we get little inklings as to what he was like as a youth, and he was sort of into gambling and things like this, and you can see him hanging out in some pretty dodgy joints with some weird alien people, and wheeling and dealing, probably a lot of improvised dancing, sort of winning competitions here and there for this and that. And so I'd like to see, and also he wants to be kind of a superhero. That moment where he's got that cape and those crazy glasses, and he thinks he's going to fly. He's certainly into fashion, he's spectacular, but nothing really, it never quite gets there. So the thing he does get there with is that massive base of knowledge he has, and being able to pull those levers at the right time in his head to save the team. And so I'd like for him to get let loose and be in some sort of competition. That might even happen in the new season coming up, where he doesn't have to use his smarts, but he can use his talents, and see where that leads him.
Is there ever times when you're reading a script and you're like, wow, they're really going with this direction with the show, and it kind of blows your mind?
Every week.
Yeah.
I mean, I never turn an episode on or look at a script and think, right, we know where this is going, because it's constantly wavering off and then coming back and then making you remember what happened then, or 3 episodes back, and curling everything back in. I mean, the writing is absolutely fantastic, and I think that's why this thing is so successful. The universe is continuing to expand. I mean, who would have thought that we would come across some more Alteans, Rommel and her story, and then the quintessence field ending up in this weird thing, and then when Lotor's own Voltron machine was created, it was like, oh no, how are they going to beat this? And by the way, he's still in there, and he's not definitely dead, so we don't know what's happening there. It's cool.
Josh, really quick question. As the story editor, you see a lot of scenes that don't necessarily make it to the last cut. Is there anything that you really enjoyed but didn't make it in that you'd like to tell us about?
I should have done my homework because tons of things we cut.
It does happen a lot, and I say that with all the things that we cut and throw away in the script, and even later on before we edit it, it's you could do a whole another 26 episodes, but it's fun when we get to pull things out and do them again. So in this episode we just screened over here at Comic-Con, that flashback with Keith and Shiro was actually one of those scenes that we threw away, and but we never forgot about it, But there's lots of other scenes like that, and it was great that we found a home for that. So that was a win.
Yeah, everyone enjoyed it.
So you said this was your first Voltron panel ever?
That's right. Yes. Yeah. It was exciting.
How was that question at the end of the panel then for you?
Oh yeah, terrible. I froze like a deer in headlights. No, it was crazy.
It's a little rude for her to think that when you're a panel, like a queue of people behind her, that you can do a university lecture style essay and get.
And I identify with Lance personally. Lance is one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, you do.
And I do. We're the same. Oh hey,
Can you do a
Paige.
quick
I don't know anything about Paige.
Can you do a voice real quick, like saying your favorite line from the show? Before you go.
What shall I say?
What's happening? Quiznak. You gotta say, Quiznak.
All right.
Oh, Quiznak!
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, see how we went straight into it.
So yeah, that was our roundtable interview with Josh Hamilton, story editor of Voltron, as well as Rhys Darby, the voice of Coran on the show. This was a really fun interview, and if you enjoyed this interview, make sure to hit and smash that like and subscribe button and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, peace out.